Hey guys, this is Brian, and I just wanted to throw out a couple of thoughts on working with customers that have seen us at Costco. And, this is one of those areas where sometimes I think it throws people off unnecessarily. We encounter customers that either say, I bought at Costco or I saw y'all at Costco, or our own customers reach out to us and say, oh, yeah, they had this great deal, so I picked it up. It's very easy to have this zero sum mindset where it's kind of all or none. It either helps you or it hurts you, and I don't think that's really the case. And so for me personally, I think that I'm very much a big picture guy when it comes to Cutco and customers exposure. The reality is people are going to see Cutco all different kinds of places. They're going to see us at other events. They're going to see us at Costco. They're going to see us from new reps. They're going to see us on the website. By the way, the fact that I find a lot of reps stress more about Costco than they do, Cutco.com, where people could literally go anytime to find things is it's kind of a funny thing to me, but that's neither here nor there. And I think it really does come down to that abundance mindset, just challenging ourselves to be better than that. And sure, it's easy to feel like something was taken away from you when a rep buys from their niece or something like that. But you also have to understand that sometimes those weren't sales you were going to actually end up getting. It had to do with the context and the circumstance and the situation around it. But either way, obviously, the more and better job we do branding ourselves with our customers, the less that sort of thing is really going to come up. But here's what I will tell you in general is when you are negative, if someone ever says, oh, I bought at Costco, or they told me they have better deals there, or things like that, I find a lot of reps, if not with their words, but sort of their demeanor, their speech patterns, the way they're acting, it comes across just kind of negative or like, oh, well, and it's not what they're saying, but it's how they're saying it. They hit that beat and it's just very dissonant. And I will just tell people that if you are negative about, Costco in general or Cutco being in Costco, people all of a sudden are going to feel kind of weird and defensive. Okay. Because to them, it's all just one big thing. Now, to us, we know that the reality is when they buy at Costco, that does not further our goals. We don't make money off of that. And that sucks. I get it. But for the customer's experience and your relationship and ability to close sales with them, you've got to understand that defensiveness and that weirdness. It's very off-putting. You got to kind of bring yourself full circle and go, look, they're excited about Cutco. Why would I ever make that weird for them? They're excited about Cutco. Why would I ever make that weird for them? And so that's kind of thing you come back to. I'm a manager. One of my reps sold a galley set to one of my customers just the other day. And I'm like, son of a gun. But the reality is at the end of the day, that's just kind of on me. So how do I approach it? Okay. Because I love Costco customers and I've had a lot of success with them. Well, my general philosophy is this: be positive, but focus on the limitations of them shopping for Cutco at Costco. Okay. What are some limitations? Well, first off, color. And you always tell them, look, Mrs. Jones, even though you use Classic in your kitchen, eventually you're going to want to buy Cutco for your kids. Eventually you'll need a wedding gift. There's going to be situations like that. And not having at least the option to get the other color block, to get the other color handle, that's restrictive, and why limit yourself like that. Okay. Second thing is customization. Miss Jones, and I always tell them, we love being at Costco. It's so great to connect with our customers. And honestly, we have some really great deals there for our Costco owners. So if you did decide to do some shopping there, you'll definitely get really good deals. But here's what I can tell you. When you shop with us, we're not limited. At Costco, we can only have 10, 11, 12, 15 different SKUs, different items. Whereas when you shop with me, you have the entire product line available to you. The second one is customization. Hey, Mrs. Jones, the reality is that at the packages we sell at Costco, they're boxed up. We can't change them. If something doesn't quite hit the mix for you, you're going to end up having to spend money to buy things you don't really need or you're not really excited to have. And that's why it's great to work with a representative like me, because we're going to make sure you only end up spending money on what you want to have. The third thing is having a service rep. Hey, Ms. Jones, what's great is that long term, when you shop here with me, if I earn your business, well, you get me. Okay. And me and my wife have been doing this, or I've been doing this for almost 20 years now, but we take care of 3,000 families across North Texas and Oklahoma. We do servicing events all throughout the year, so we can do free local sharpening. If you ever need just anything related to Cutco at all, we're right here for you and we're going to take care of you. Fourth thing is engraving. Mrs. Jones, Cutco is the premier business gift for closing gifts, for realtors, for business gifts, for appreciation gifts, for clients and employees. Hey, by the way, do you own a business? Oh, you don't? Okay, great. Well, here's what's even cooler. When you're getting pocket knives for your grandkids or your nieces and nephews, we can engrave them. It's just such a classy bit of personalization. And, we just can't offer that over at Costco. Fourth thing or fifth thing, whatever we're at. Hey, Miss Jones, when you shop here with me, you have access to our complete product line. We love being at Costco, but like I mentioned before, when I was talking to you about the customization, we just can't offer everything. And why limit yourself when I also am confident in the deals that I can get you? I'm definitely going to save you a lot of money, and we're going to have dozens of products and packages and options that just aren't available there. We're not able to have our flatware at Costco. We don't have our cookware there. Miss Jones, we don't have steak knives. Like, I love table knives, but holy cow, have you seen our new Texas size steak knives? You got to take a look at this. By the way, sell them on items we don't sell at Costco. And I get it, the rotation changes a little bit for what we offer there, but just sell them on the things we don't sell at Costco. Get them excited about that, and then it's a slam dunk. The next thing I love to promote is the 5 pay. Hey, Mr. Jones, the reality is once you get your wish list ready and we realize that there's like two, three, four, $5,000 worth of Cutco you just can't live without. Ha ha ha. Joke, joke, joke. What's great, Mrs. Jones, is when you shop here with me, we're going to be able to offer it to you on that easy pay. We can do this over 2, 3, 5 months interest free. And I mean, honestly, it's not even that you need it, but why wouldn't you do that? It just makes sense. Go ahead and just let your money work for you. It's all done internally through Cutco. So we just do a charge once a month, and it makes it easy. But then the last thing is this. Hey, Mrs. Jones, I had one of my customers that saw us at Costco, and they said, you know what, I think I'm just going to get it there. And I said, hey, obviously that's up to you. I want to be your guy and earn your business, but at the end of the day, I'm going to be excited for you, and I'm still going to be here to be your Cutco guy. So they went back the next week because they were getting this as a gift, and then all of a sudden we weren't there anymore. And you can't just kind of thread the needle there perfectly all the time. And so the reality is they called me in a little bit of a panic, and had they ordered it when I first talked to them, it wouldn't have been a problem to get it there in time. But now all of a sudden this gift that they needed, it was going to be a stretch. Now I still took care of them from some of my own inventory, but boy, were they really excited and grateful to me, because again, I'm the guy, I'm that problem solver. But the most important selling point you have when it comes to doing business with you versus Costco is you. Promoting yourself, promoting who you are, promoting your goals, promoting the relationship you're excited to have with them long term. That's key. So this last weekend I did a show, Fort Worth Home and Garden. It was a pretty solid weekend. Wasn't crazy busy, but still did 13 grand, something like that. And I had 3 different interactions that were related to Costco at this show. Now, the first one was one of my customers. They were at Costco, and I was just sitting at the booth on Friday, and they texted a photo of a particular package at Costco. And they texted me and they said, hey, Brian, I saw this at Costco. Can you honor this same deal? Now, officially, Cutco does have to do exclusive discounts with Costco. That's not speaking out of turn. Every company that works through Costco has exclusive deals and discounts and packages. Okay. And that's great. I don't ever talk down about that, but I personally am willing to go ahead and meet or match those deals. Even if it means I pay something out of pocket, I'm not really that worried about it personally. Okay. Your mileage may vary, but they just shot me that text and said, hey, is this something that you could do for me? And I said, absolutely. Just let us know anything you need, and we'll meet or beat those prices for you. Okay. And then the response was so great. Hey, that's what I told the guy here. LOL. All right. And the customers thought it was funny because they already knew what my answer would be. And so again, I responded positively. I affirmed them for considering Cutco at any point, and especially for reaching out to me. Hey, we love being at Costco, but nothing beats having a service rep you can get who can get you discounts and sharpen your items. Just let Miriam and I know if anything catches your eye. And the response was, don't I know it? You guys are the best. And so again, we just followed up that weekend. We got them the stuff that they needed, and it was all good. But I can tell you that a lot of times without meaning to, we just sort of bring this weirdness and negativity. You can't do that. Just lead with enthusiasm and gratitude. And honestly, if they ended up buying 4 table knives at Costco, who cares? Like, who cares? You shouldn't spend your time stressing about that. You should spend your time focusing on selling one Santoku knife, which will have a better CPO than whatever way I matched that particular deal. So it's not a big deal to me, but just the same, that's an example of how continually branding yourself makes a big difference. The second customer was someone who had briefly seen Cutco at Costco, but hadn't purchased. They're not a Cutco owner. They don't have a familiarity with the product line beyond what they saw there. But I still got a chance to interact with them a little bit. I talked to him some. I'm going over like a custom 5-piece. And it was that customization that really got him there. And so, I was able to just share the fact that, hey, those packages we have at Costco are really smart. They're well thought out, but just because they're well thought out for, tens of millions of people doesn't mean they're right for Mrs. Jones. Doesn't mean it's right for you. What we have here is the you set. We created the Mrs. Jones set, and I'm going to get you a really nice discount. Say, hey, what do you think? And by the way, when they were through that process, and I'm kind of doing the stall close, and they're thinking about it, I circled back around to the fact that we're in Costco to help build credibility in Cutco because they weren't familiar with it. I was able to build value in the product and owning the product because we were there. And when they're kind of hesitant, like, well, maybe we weren't planning on buying knives and all that. And I just threw this out. I said, hey, Mrs. Jones, honestly, what I'll tell you is this. Costco only partners with the highest quality brands. And by the way, Cutco only partners with the highest quality companies too. And that's why it's a really good match. So here's what I can tell you. Just like when you buy at Costco, you can do it with a lot of confidence because, they have that commitment to their clients. We do too. And that's why our companies are a really great fit together. So I just want you to know if you do decide to get that package there, the Mrs. Jones set that we put together, the great thing is you're going to be aligned with a really quality brand and a quality company. And I'm going to be here to take care of you. Okay. And by just circling back around, and again, by leveraging this brand they are familiar with and they do have trust in, Costco, I was able to parlay that into having more confidence and enthusiasm in our product and our company, Cutco. And they did it. And by the way, I then upsold them 8 steak knives. And we just joked about it. I was like, oh, good thing you didn't buy at Costco. It would have been cool, but you wouldn't have gotten your steak knives. And then you just would have been unhappy because you would have run into me at a show and you'd have been like, what the heck? They didn't even show me the big ones. All right. So that was the second interaction. But the last one was maybe the funniest one. And I had a customer that had looked at a set at Costco. They had friends who had Cutco. This is a total layup. All right. It's not a question of should these people buy some Cutco. It's just, can I be on my game and get a chance to really hook them up with the order that they need or the order they really deserve? So I'm going through this with them, and we were looking at the homemaker, and there was a particular package at Costco that they had looked at for one of the block sets, but it's where it's missing a few pieces. And so, just do your best to familiarize yourself. You don't need a whole price list from Costco just to kind of have a rough familiarity, especially if you're a Costco member like I am. Just go over there. Don't give anyone a hard time. Don't mess with someone, but it's okay to just look around. I'm a Costco member. Okay. If I'm there and Cutco's there, great. I just say, hi, I actually work for Cutco on the trade show side, the event side, and just introduce myself and stay out of their way. But just the same, I had a little familiarity and I mentioned that, and they knew that too, that block was missing like a paring knife and shears or something like that. So we're kind of going through it and I'm showing the homemaker and I do some discounts and I customize it for her. Really, I customize it. I didn't really do discounts. And so when we kind of worked our way through options, I really got her excited about the signature set. And I really got her excited about steak knives. And that was that kind of place that we were at. So we're going through it and I'm going through the close with her. And she kind of gets that point. She's like, man, I don't know. I think this is the right set for us, but man, that's twice as much. Maybe we should just think about it. Maybe we should just wait. Even that set at Costco, I mean, from what you've shown me, it's going to be so much better than what we have, or if we get a smaller set from you. And so what I did then, and again, you don't have to do this, okay? But I just kind of paused and I said, well, hey, Mrs. Jones, it's $2,600 worth of stuff or whatever. You see the price here, it's $2,250. But hey, by the way, I didn't get a chance to share your Costco member discount. She kind of looked at me. She's like, what? I was like, well, yeah, you're a Costco customer. And so of course we're going to honor that. You're a member there. And so I can do a little bit more of a discount for you. It comes a little off my side, but this is something we do for our Costco members because of that great connection we have. So, hey, can I show you really quick the discount that we have available that I personally do for my customers who are Costco members as well? And she was like, yeah, I didn't realize I'd still get a discount here too. And I'm like, well, if you shop with me, okay. So let me crunch the numbers really quick. And by the way, it doesn't matter what the discount was. I took like $130 off of Sigma steak knives. Now, everyone's mileage may vary. I sell at full price, but I will discount as I need to. That's a tool and a resource to help me wrap up sales. But for me, by offering that, it just got her over that last little price hump. And in a way that connected with her, it resonated. It was logical to her. Now, I didn't lie. I didn't say, hey, Cutco.com, put in your Costco card, you're going to get a sale. It wasn't like that. I just said, hey, yeah, we do a special discount. And by we, I told her, me and my wife will do this for our Costco members because we just know that connection is important. And we want to make sure you always know you're winning when you shop with Brian and Miriam Carter. Okay. And so anyway, from there, it was fun because whatever the discount was, $130. Well, I just keep a counter in my head. Then if I just straight take cash off an order, great. The game is afoot. I now need to upsell $130. That's it. All I have to do, because so far we're at a full price SIG with a charge rep of $130 and 0 for free. No big deal. It is now my job to upsell them at least $130. I can then bonus, and it's easy breezy. So what I ended up upselling them was a Santoku slicer, a 6-piece kitchen tool set, a wine opener, a can opener, an extra cutting board, and a vegetable peeler. So if you're keeping score, Me giving up $130 as just the basis, the entry point of me starting to upserve with them, I ended up coming out with, a 2,500 CPO or whatever it was on that order. So, look, all this being said, every scenario is different. And I've also had people where I've done all those different things and they walked on me, and that's okay. And you know what? Next time they saw us at Costco, I hope they did buy it there. That's fine. But I just want you to understand that there is more opportunity than there is loss in the Costco program as long as you're leveraging it correctly and thoughtfully. But if you just approach this with it's taking away from me or I'm defensive or anything like that, you're losing out on the ability to promote credibility, longevity, personal branding and servicing, and that opportunity to wrap up some great sales with qualified customers. And then the last note is this: if you actually look at the average transaction size for Costco orders, okay, I don't mean through Cutco, I just mean Costco orders, they're tipping their hand. If someone says, I'm a Costco member, I saw you there, that means they're so squarely in our market. You got to be kidding me. They may as well just had a sign around their neck that's just identifying them as I need to buy some kitchen knives from this Cutco booth right now. So have some fun, have the abundance mindset, and let's go blitz some Costco customers.